Kaylee from Candy Floss and Dreams. I have decided to start doing some pregnancy updates, although it may be a bit late as I'm 22 weeks pregnant. And so what I thought I would do is just film the week as it goes. So today's Friday, so it makes the start of my 22 weeks. I'm currently waiting for my friend because I'm going into Aquafit, trying to keep as active as possible through the pregnancy. And then I have a scan later on today, just following on from my 20-week scan last week, which went really well, and found out having a boy. You can see our previous gender reveal update. So yeah, follow me around. So we have had our scan now at the hospital. I'm back home. Well, it's quite late in the day now. I did my first little update in the morning, and then it's kind of forgot. So yeah, we went for the scan. Everything was checked over okay. The heart is all fine. We got some lovely pictures again of the baby there, looking all lovely. The heart is all fine. Everything's on the right place. They had another check, definitely a boy. So I'm going to spend the evening just filling in the next bit of my little bump to baby bump to baby birthday journal. I like the owls on it. I picked it up quite a long time ago from the works in my local town centre. Evie is off to her dad's. She's very excited. She has some slime
and it
which makes a lovely sound.
like this.
Hang on. Are you happy that you have that?
Yeah.
So why did you get that?
Because I went to someone's birthday today.
Did you have a good time?
I'm gonna trick my dad and I'm gonna go look. So I'm gonna get this behind me and go.
Lovely.
And then.
Oh, I think that might be them.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, so it's time to say goodbye.
Bye.
No, not to them. It is Saturday morning. It's quite early. I'm still in bed. One thing I kind of wanted to say that's really affected me this week, and I think it's quite prominent as it's like coming up to the end of Mental Health Awareness Week during my 22 weeks of pregnancy. Well, technically it was during my 21 week, is that I've definitely been feeling some kind of mental health symptoms. People who have read my blog before know that I suffer quite badly with anxiety. I've had times of depression. There are other things that I've not openly spoke about on my blog that I think I'm kind of like I've not been diagnosed with. But I've spoken to friends and family about it and kind of things, and my GP, and it's kind of not really got any further because I don't really want it to. I think it's that kind of fear of being diagnosed with something and then thinking that there's something wrong with you, and then going through medication and stuff, which whilst I'm not against, I don't want to do, especially now I'm a lot more stable than I was when I kind of first thought, well, there's something wrong. But yeah, my mental health has never been perfect. It's definitely better. I'm in a much more stable relationship and a stable home, and I'm close to family and friends, and my support network now is amazing. But that doesn't stop me from getting these feelings, and these feelings mostly of self-worth, like low self-worth, low self-confidence. It kind of all started last Thursday I think it was, or nearly, yeah, about sort of 10 days ago really. I've been feeling up and down as you do in pregnancy, but I mean I was feeling really low, and it was getting to the point where I was like thinking, I was getting exhausted from it. But one of the things, like, I was just walking in Sainsbury's and kind of got into bashed into this woman's trolley, and she was like, oh, you know, sorry, I apologise. And I was like rubbing my tummy, and she's like, are you okay? I just said, oh, I'm pregnant, but I'm fine. And she was like, oh, well, you look ready to pop. I'm like, I'm 21 weeks pregnant. And like, I know I'm overweight and everything, and like, it was just really awkward for her as well. And she was kind of like, oh, okay. And then walked away. And it was like, yeah, okay. So it was like it was just awkward. And it's like, I'm not angry or at her, but it was just annoying. And it was like, you know I'm going to be faced with this for a lot of my pregnancy. And then it kind of just escalated through there. Like, we went for a scan, everything was okay. We had to go back again because they couldn't really do everything, and like, being overweight and having to like hold my tummy up, which is horrible. Like, it's really not nice. And they are not comfortable. They really hurt because they really have to jab into me to be able to get the good views. And it's like, that's my fault. I shouldn't be overweight. I shouldn't be as big as I am. And my sonographer was really lovely. Like, I've seen her, of the 5 scans I've now had, I've seen her 3 times, and she's always been really good and really nice, and like, she tries not to, but she can't help it because she needs to get those really good images of a tiny baby. And then, like, we found out we were having a boy, and that was really lovely. And then we told Evie, and she's disappointed because she really wanted a sister, and that made me feel bad because I felt like I was taking something away from her. And even though babies, newborn girl or boy, they do the same stuff. They're gonna cry, poo, feed, cry, just a cycle of that. And even as they get a little bit older, all those kind of little milestones, like when they first start moving and smiling and babbling back at you and kind of sitting and crawling, they all happen roughly around the same sort of time. And even the things that I think she wanted to do with her sister, she really wouldn't be able to do until they were quite a bit older anyway. And I don't think she kind of knows that because this is, you know, she's never had a brother or sister. She's not been a big sister, and we're trying to, you know, we've included her in a lot. She's always been the first to know what's going on. She's always kind of, you know, been involved in that way. And she came to one of my scans as well. When I was about 16 weeks pregnant, I kind of went in and was scanned first, and then they brought Evie and Adam in, and she got to see as well and everything. And so she, you know, that kind of, I think, made it quite a bit more real for her. And we've quite made it clear to my family, mostly more than Adam's family, because obviously for Adam's family it's their first grandchild and niece and nephew rather, and baby. For my family it's not. So I've kind of said, you know, Evie needs to be included. If anyone wants to come and see the baby, they need to make sure it's when Evie's with us, because we are a family of 4 no matter what. We're always going to be a family of 4 now. And everyone's been fine and understanding, but it's that kind of pressure that I'm feeling of having to please everybody. And there was a lot of me that was kind of getting all caught up in the fact that so many people were like, oh, you know, I'm glad it's a boy. And a lot of the comments I was getting was, oh, I bet Adam's excited. And it's like, sure, like, of course he is. He's going to be a dad. But it was like, well, I bet he's excited because it's a boy. And it's all these kind of things that was just like, okay. And it just got to me, and it got me down. And then it was like the fear of the unknown. I've never had a boy. And hearing like friends who have mentioned particular boy-related health problems, and I was like, I didn't even know this. Like, where do you learn this stuff? You don't learn it until you have a boy. So it was all just really overwhelming, and really it really got me down, and it really got me low, and it made me feel like I wasn't good enough, and that people were not happy, or they were happy, but. And this is what has almost annoyed me about my feelings about the whole situation, is that no one has been negative. No one has said anything negative or mean or anything. It's just how I've perceived things, which frustrates me because I've taken things out of proportion in my own mind. And that's the thing with mental health. That's the thing with anxiety, is that you overthink things and you start coming up with all these completely unnecessary situations which don't actually mean anything. And people that don't suffer with anxiety or depression or don't really suffer with mental health, they don't get that, and they don't understand why I would feel these things. And it's like, because I have anxiety, because I overthink things, because I will consider every possible positive, negative and neutral reaction before I've even told someone the fact that I need to tell them. And that's overwhelming in itself. Too much goes on in my mind. This is a lot for a Saturday morning, and actually this has been going on now for quite a few minutes. But the thing is mental health in pregnancy is a really big deal. Mental health in itself is a big deal. But women that are already suffering with something, they're already at risk of having their emotions play havoc with their mental health, and therefore needing extra help and support. And the thing you can do most to support someone you know that does suffer with mental health and that does happen to be pregnant is to just listen to them and just be respectful of how they're feeling, because sometimes they might feel down about things which actually don't really matter, but they can't really help it. I'm going to get on with my day. It gets really hot in our bedroom because I get really hot, so Adam sleeps on the sofa, and I think I should get him to lay down in bed for a little bit. And then today we are not really doing much this weekend. Adam has some assignments to finish for college, and we were supposed to be going to Southampton tomorrow, but I don't think we're going to make it now. So we're just going to enjoy the weekend because it's going to be lovely and sunny. One thing I won't be doing is watching the royal wedding, because I am not interested. It's not my thing. And Evie's away with her dad. She can watch it there. So yeah, have a good weekend, whatever you're doing. What is he doing? They attack people. Yeah. I know. It's quite peaceful here though. Apart from the ducks and the crazy goose. Jump in, jump in, jump in. Oh no, it's still chasing each other down. So if you can do anything for a pregnant friend who's feeling a bit rubbish and a bit down, then making a little care package is like the nicest thing. A friend of mine made this for me after I said I was feeling a bit rubbish with everything, and it's just so nice of her, and I love it. It's really lovely. She's filled it with all sorts of nice little bits and pieces. I love like these little notes that just say a beautiful inside and out, and a little note, motivational note, which I love, and then this, which is just a quote I really love, and then this little book, which is so nice, and some little shower stuff, and these, which I'm really looking forward to trying. I love that. And a little candle and all sorts of really, really lovely stuff. And I like, I'm like at that stage where I love how everything is, and I don't want to open and use anything, but I'm going to. I've filmed what it is, but it was just such a nice idea and such a nice little thing, and I'm really grateful. So thank you. After all that, then that has ended my 22 weeks pregnancy update. I'm gonna continue next week with 23 weeks, and you can follow us around during half term, which I'm sure will be delightful.